Hi, it's Heidi Sawyer. I had an amazing opportunity to spend some evening sessions with a group of extremely motivated, intuitive, sensitive people. These are people who are driven to understand the deeper meaning and purpose of their life. During these sessions, I took them along a 7-step proven path that I have walked myself and helped many others do the same. That I've done with incredible results. I'm sorry you couldn't be there, but I hope this is the next best thing. These are excerpts from the live events. Here they are, enjoy, and I hope more importantly that you do something with them for your life moving forward. Thank you for listening. Okay, so who's not been to one of these before? Okay, lots of you, right. Who has no idea about any of what I do? Okay, one or two of you. Okay, so I'll give you a little bit of an overview, and those of you who've heard this 20 times, you'll just have to listen to it again. So, what we do and what the purpose of these sessions are, it's to help you in terms of your journey as an intuitive, sensitive person. Okay, what that means is, or what is an intuitive, sensitive person? It is a sensitive individual, which means that you came into this world already with a highly developed nervous system. So your nervous system is more refined than the average person. So what it means is you feel things deeply. You are strongly impacted by other people's moods, by other people's personas, how they feel about things. You are deeply impacted by other people's feelings as if they are your own. You will find that people in certain environments exhaust you. You will find that other people are sometimes very energized by your company, yet you come away feeling absolutely done for. You will find that at times in your life, or you felt it all your life, that life has been really quite overwhelming. And certainly overwhelming to the extent where your health may have been impacted, and certainly to the extent where you will avoid confrontation pretty much at all costs. Unless it is somebody who means a lot to you, and then you will fight for them to the last breath. You will also find that you're an exceptional friend. So you are the person that people know that if they ever got themselves into a situation, you would come to get them. You are their 4 o'clock in the morning call. And on occasion, people have used that. And perhaps at times, not so much you felt unappreciated, but you notice everything, and you notice that everybody else notices nothing. And that becomes painful over a period of time. For you, as an intuitive sensitive, it means that you have become conscious of your sensitivity, whether you've realized it or not, to the extent... Lawrence, can we shut the door? You've become conscious of your sensitivity to the extent that your intuitive side has grown over the years, and it continues to grow. It continues to get stronger, and you've also found that you have a deep desire to understand the deeper aspects of life. You haven't necessarily known where that's come from. All you do know is that that pile of books by the side of your bed seems to keep growing rather than shrinking. And it's not that you are incapable of finishing any books. It is that you require, it's your senses require that you acquire as much information as you possibly can, because you are having to filter that information, because you're having to work out intuitively what something means. And for some of you, those experiences will have been that you've had strong indications of what has happened in a person's life, that you've had strong indications of what is about to happen in a person's life. You have strong knowing situations that quite often fall out of your mouth, whether that is in a working environment or a personal environment. And sometimes those people who that information falls out towards don't appreciate it, but they do in the longer term, because you often are able to do the told you so. Okay, does that make sense? So for those of you who have never been to one of these before, or don't know me from Adam, what I do is help you to understand your process as an intuitive, sensitive person, and help you to honour who you are, rather than see it as something that is a disability at some level or another. Which is, for many sensitive individuals, not all, but many, have come from environments or backgrounds where there has been a noticeable amount of criticism, or a noticeable amount of jokes, which is, can you not take a joke? You are oversensitive. When in actual fact, it's not a joke. There is an undertone, whether that is an undertone of aggression or an undertone of something that is towards an idea of humiliation. Okay, does that make sense? Now, in terms of sensitivity is, and not intuitive sensitivity, but sensitivity is something that you're born with. Okay, it's developed in the womb, and the most sort of current ways of looking at it suggests that it is developed through a right brain preference. It's not doesn't mean that you're right brain dominant. It means that you have a right brain preference. And that right brain preference was created when your mother was walking around with you, because at some level or another she must have been in stress while she was carrying you. Or it is something that's been passed through the generations. Now, bearing in mind that in this country, and most European countries, I would say, in the last 100 years, we've had significant wars, which will, of course, have brought into the world a lot of sensitive individuals. Okay, does that make sense? So you may find that you are the offspring of a highly sensitive individual, but they're not intuitive sensitive, because they never did anything to seek to develop it or understand it and utilize it to the best of their advantage. How they may have used it in their life is that they used it through anxiety. And perhaps that anxiety was directed at you in not so much a pleasant way. Okay, does that make sense? So what it leaves you as an intuitive sensitive is that you are a strong individual, much stronger than you think you are, that you may have had quite a few setbacks, knockbacks in life, but you've always done your best to spring forward, and you've always done your best to see the positive side or the learning experience. And that's pretty much what defines you as an intuitive sensitive person. Now, your question may be, am I one? The answer is, if you were not one, you wouldn't be in this room. Okay? Does that make sense? And if you've come with somebody who knows me, then that person that you came with, and you've never seen me before, will know that there's something within who you are that will resonate within the experience of being an intuitive sensitive. So they've brought you to learn more about yourself. Okay, does that make sense? So what I do in these sessions is, as I usually do in these sessions, is I take you through a presentation in terms of, and don't worry, it's not kind of, oh God, presentation. I use the sensory environments that are suited to an intuitive sensitive person, okay? Which is part of who you are will make you hypervigilant. Part of who you are will make you extremely aware of your environment. So you know where the doors are, you know exactly how many windows are in here. If you'd walked in and there were no windows, you would have started to panic, but you wouldn't have understood why. You will, in restaurants as an example, always sit where you can see the door, the best of what you can. If you can't, then you'll feel a little bit agitated, especially if you're sat near an entrance or an exit. So the giving you slides gives you the sensory experience as to whether you are someone who's able to hear better or see better, dependent on who you are as a sensitive individual. Okay, so don't worry, it's not, oh, it just feels a bit tense. Okay. So I started on this basis to give you a feeling of what it is that we're having a look at. And each month has a different subject area. I utilise something called the Tree of Life, which is possibly something that you've seen in many other environments. I use it as an interpretation of it in order to highlight an area of development, rather than, this is the basis of the Tree of Life, or this is the basis of that philosophy. Okay, it is thousands of years old. It is an understanding. It's a way of accessing and understanding awareness and consciousness at a deeper level of the self. Okay, so your aim in life as an intuitive sensitive person, whether you realize it or not, is to feel comfortable in your body. Because of your sensory experience is very loaded at times, it's easy to feel uncomfortable in your body. Does that make sense? So what I do in these sessions is this is about you gaining access to what works for an intuitive sensitive in how to feel calm in your body, and how to feel safe in your body, and how to feel that you can observe things in life, so you can observe events in life without you feeling automatically responsible for them. Because as an intuitive sensitive, you will find that you carry, whether it's yours or your parents or your siblings or your friends or your co-workers or your employers, you will feel that you carry everybody else's guilt. That at some level or another, you must be responsible for the way that they're feeling. Okay, does that make sense? Yeah? And it's your job to make sure that they don't feel that way anymore, which is a huge pressure on your system. It's a huge pressure on your body. And a lot of intuitive sensitives tend to have issues with their health at some stage or another, and often they are immune related. Okay? Anyone got immune issues? Yeah, some of you will. So, also what I do is I do at the end of the session, I do a group reading, which is to show you the group's energy, what you present as a group energy. I use the Tree of Life as to the main theme or the main thing that you are working through the month ahead. Okay, so the main thing that you are working through within yourself, or feeling that you're working through, or understanding through yourself, in as far as the group vibration has brought to the table today. Okay. I also will take you through a meditation process, which is relevant to today's session. So what we're doing today, and before you panic and think, oh, hang on, I've missed step 1 to 3, okay, putting them in an order, putting these steps in an order, is a way for you to get it to feel that it has some kind of has an order to it, but all of this doesn't have to be done in this set order, okay? Because for you will find different energies become relevant at different times and stages in your life, okay? But there are 7 steps or 7 stages within this that is helpful as far as your development is concerned. So don't panic if you've missed steps 1 to 4. It doesn't mean that you've missed something that is crucial to today's session, okay? For more great free content designed to support your purchase of my book, Highly Intuitive People, 7 Right Brain Traits to Change the Lives of Intuitive Sensitive People, please visit finallyfeelunderstood.com. There you can subscribe and download for free the meditations specific to today's episode. If you have already read the book, then it's time for you to receive exclusive access and support from me and your fellow intuitive sensitives as we go deeper together along this proven 7-step path by joining us in my monthly membership program called Heidi's Circle. There you can ask me anything in a safe and private environment, and I will answer you live. Join us today by visiting healmyinnerworld.com.